Hello there, YouTube. I'm Anthological, and it's been a long time since I've done a video. But hopefully we're going to change that by bringing back Creationists of the Week with Season 2 and my new Metal Gear Solid Let's Play, which will probably be uploaded along with this, if possible. So, not long after the Bill Nye Ken Ham debate, about 22 or was it 32, we'll see in a minute, Creationists got a notepad and wrote a bunch of questions on it, which are supposed to be gotcha questions for the evolutionists. But it turns out they were more towards atheists, but some of them are actual valid questions to evolutionists, and I don't have time to go through them and pick out the ones that don't have anything to do with evolution. And besides, it would be funnier if I didn't. So let's take a look at them. What purpose do you think you are here for if you do not believe in salvation? 1, that doesn't have anything to do with evolution. 2, that's highly subjective, and I don't want to speak for everyone, but honestly, I'd answer this question and say, from a scientific or possibly even from an evolutionary perspective, the purpose of life is to reproduce itself. And even then, nobody says that. It's just that's what seems life is for, because that's all. That's everything about life is going towards that purpose. All life seems to aim to do is to move its genes or help its family move its genes onto the next generation. So that's from a scientific perspective almost. So you don't need to believe in salvation to have a purpose in life, and you don't even need to have a purpose in life. I don't see why you need a purpose. Anyway, next question. Can you believe in the Big Bang without faith? Well, of course you can, because there is a lot of evidence for the Big Bang. Not that it has anything to do with evolution, but the Big Bang, you can find evidence for it in many areas, but the strongest one, and the one I remember best, is microwave background radiation. And what that is there's radiation everywhere, which suggests to us that a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, everything was hot and everything was filled with energy. And we think that when you take the laws of thermodynamics into account, that shows that everything was a singularity at a point in history. We don't know what happened before that, and we don't know everything that's happened since that, but we definitely know that at some point in history, which we have found to be about 13.7 billion years ago, that everything was hot and dense, and therefore, due to conservation laws, everything was a singularity, and the universe has expanded since then. And scientists guess what caused that expansion. Scientists guess, where all the matter came from, though by definition it's probably eternal. We all we know is that everything was once a singularity and has been expanding ever since. And we have evidence for that. So, yeah, that's not faith at all. You have just been destroyed, sir. Next question. Because science by definition is a theory, not testable, observable, nor repeatable, why do you object to creationism or intelligent design being taught in school? No, science is the body of knowledge that humans have obtained through the scientific method. Science is derived from the word knowledge, and it's probably best defined as simply knowledge, because science is really the only way to know anything. That science and history are probably the only two fields where you can know something, because they're the only two fields where you apply evidence, really. So they're actually the two fields where you get, objective fact. So I think she's attacking the word theory, not science, and I'll address that as well before I dismiss her. Theory means it's a area of knowledge within science where we can predict things, but we don't have everything we need to say, that's a fact or that's a law. It's simply a model that we can use to predict outcomes with certainty far beyond a reasonable doubt. That's why. So theories are pretty much true. They still can be proven wrong, but it would be unreasonable to think that they could, because especially with theories like evolution and gravity, because there is just so much evidence in support of them. In theory like selfish gene theory, even though that's not really a theory, I'm just giving that as an example, then maybe those could be debunked. But evolution is pretty solid, because evolution, especially considering that evolution is also a fact. It's a fact of biology. You look different from your parents, and your children will look different from you. So whether you like it or not, your great times a million grandparents were probably a completely different species. And we do know that they were, thanks to things like the fossil record and phylogeny. If we came from monkeys, then why are there still monkeys? To quote Aaron Ra, why are you still a monkey? Yes, that's right. Humans are monkeys, humans are apes, humans are mammals, humans are animals. Evolution is not a progression. It is a tree. It branches. So, when we come from monkeys in inverted commas, we're broken off into monkeys and humans. So, of course, there are still going to be monkeys. Next question. If God did not create everything, how did the first single-celled organism originate? By chance? I'm going to say yes, but note, the chances were pretty rigged, because Earth's chemistry and conditions in early Earth were very ideal, scientists think, because for life. So it's not simply a matter of chance. It's like saying, how did you get a 6 on that loaded dice? By chance? No, because the dice is weighted, so it always rolls on a 6. Same thing. Earth's chemistry was filled with Earth was in good conditions for organic molecules to appear, and there were so many organic molecules and there was so much action going on that it was very easy for protocells to form, and it was very easy for those protocells to survive and evolve into what we consider actual organisms. So, yeah, it was by chance, but the chances weren't, they weren't even, as you would expect. They were very rigged. Next question. I believe in the Big Bang Theory. God said it, and bang, it happened. Oh. Well, the thing is, it would be nice if you actually did believe in the Big Bang Theory, but you're clearly making a passive-aggressive attack and saying creationism could also be called the Big Bang Theory, and I'm sarcastically going to say I believe in the Big Bang Theory. So just wipe that fucking smile off your face, because you have nothing to be proud of. That was not smart of you at all. While we are talking about Big Bang Theory again, I just want to say bang, Big Bang, and explosion are not good words to use when talking about the Big Bang Theory, because as Minute Physics has said, and something that I support, the Big Bang is better described as an everywhere stretch. The singularity in question was literally everything in one single space. And it was everything and everywhere. There was nothing around it. And ever since it has been expanding, it's simply been everywhere, stretching out into a bigger everywhere. And that's just why I think that we should get rid of the term Big Bang, because it confuses people. It's better described as an everywhere stretch. Next question. Where do you derive objective meaning in life? Science. Next question. Bill Nye, are you influencing the minds of children in a positive way? I think this question is difficult to answer, but because Bill Nye is pretty much just telling them the truth. Truth isn't, biased morally, but I think that because he's telling them the truth, and because he's influencing them to be better people who are more informed, and you're the complete fucking opposite, so wipe the smile off your face too, you fucking ass. I think that he's definitely influencing the minds of children in a positive way. How can you How can you look... These people are awful writers. I don't know if it's just because they didn't get a hard surface or what. How can you look at the world and not believe someone created or thought of it? It's amazing. Because I have no reason to. And because there are just so many imperfections in it. I mean, who would think that a speck of rock should be the only habitable place? And even then, not all of that speck is habitable for life. But even if you were generous enough to say the whole speck of rock in space was habitable, everything around it is hostile, and you will explode, you will freeze, nothing good will happen to you. So I don't see how you can think somebody thought, yeah, I can create the universe any way I want. I think I'll make most of it the most hostile, dangerous place ever, and I'll make a tiny piece of it I'll call Earth just a hellhole that's paradise in comparison. Yeah, isn't that amazing? there is no in between. The only one found has been Lucy, and there are a few pieces of hundreds necessary for an official proof. Bullshit. Bullshit. We have lots of Australopithecus afarensis specimens, and that's just one species. I find it funny that this girl hasn't bothered to remember or figure out how to write big words like a Australopithecus afarensis. But you also have all the Homo species, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthalis, even though they're Neanderthals and they're a completely different branch, and regular Homo sapiens. We have hundreds of fossils of dinosaurs and early reptiles and amphibians documenting their progression. We have fossils of insects and trilobites. We have every fossil we have pretty much points towards a progression through time which suggests evolution has been taking place. So I don't see how you can say the only one found has been Lucy. No, you go to a museum, you'll find other bones than that. Is it completely illogical that the Earth was created mature, i.e. trees created with rings, Adam created as an adult? No. But do you have evidence for it? And if you're going to say no, I'm going to say then it's as good as if it didn't fucking happen to me. I don't care how logical it is. I care about if it's true. Why do evolutionists, secularists, humanists, whatever humanists are, non-God believing people, reject the idea of there being a creator God, but embrace the concept of intelligent design from aliens or other extraterrestrial sources? Most don't. And even then, they're we consider them as about as batshit crazy as you, so I don't know why you're using such a fallacious argument as to, in a loaded question, as to assume we believe aliens could have come up with, could have intelligently designed life. However, you might also be talking about how Richard Dawkins quoted it, and all he was saying is that if evolution didn't do it, and we were intelligently designed, that was the rules he was given. He had to create a scenario in which we were intelligent designed. He didn't have to just create an alternative to biological evolution. He had to explain what could have intelligently designed us if we were. And the only thing he could think of, because he is an atheist and a skeptic, is aliens. I don't see what's wrong with that. If the Big Bang Theory is true and taught as science along with evolution, why do the laws of thermodynamics debunk said theories? They don't. Please explain what the fuck you think. What brought you to that conclusion? Oh my god, these people, they either screw up grammar, or they write a complete word salad that is legible, but not comprehensible at all. How do you explain a sunset if there is no God? Now, I have answered this one in the comments section of Aaron Ra's video, and I made it worth noting that even a geocentrist could explain a sunset without God. The Earth spins, right? And because it spins, the sun seems to move around the Earth, and when the sun moves across the sky from our perspective, and when it's not in the sky, it makes everything darker. And this is how this is where we get to the sunset part. When it's about to leave our perspective, when it's about to go behind when it's about to go under the horizon, we can the wavelengths of the light that the sun that we can see from the sun gets affected by the atmosphere and gets turned to orange-red, sometimes pink, I think, and that creates a sunset effect where the sky turns orange and the sun is dark enough for us to look at, and the sun is also orange somehow. And I don't remember mentioning God at all, so there's your question. Next, does metamorphosis help support evolution? No, but evolution explains metamorphosis. For the most, as far as I know, I think the creationists have done it again and gotten Pokemon confused with evolution. I really think they have a problem with that, and they should fix that. Relating to the Big Bang Theory, where did the exploding star come from? Nobody says there was an exploding star, and I said earlier in this video, nobody knows, and scientists are working it out. And even if they didn't know where it came from, that doesn't mean God did it. What mechanism has science discovered that evidences an increase of genetic information seen in any genetic mutation or evolutionary process? Well, I think I've explained this in an earlier video, so I'll try to keep this brief. When a mutation happens, it changes the genetic information. It increases, decreases, or simply changes it. Because mutations can add base pairs, they can change already pre-existing base pairs, or they can remove base pairs. A mutation is any change to the genetic information. And as you'll find if you studied evolution, there's no increase needed. There's just a change. Whether that change is an increase or a decrease, it does not matter. The organism's phenotype and genotype will change, which is all that's really needed for evolution. So the basic mechanisms that we relate to mutation are probably just accidents happen in genetic replication. Sometimes things like ERVs add their genome to yours. Radiation can remove or alter base pairs, which is why people get cancer, because too much of their genes get damaged and the cell gets horribly mutated into a cancerous cell. Just stuff happens to DNA because DNA is fragile. And if that happens to the sex cells, they'll be carried to the next generation and you'll see evolution. Another form of mutation is just sex. When you combine, when you mix the two gametes to create a zygote, you've got a new genome right there, because you have half of the mother's genes and you have half of the father's genes. New genome. Mutation has occurred. It's very simple, and if only you weren't arrogant enough to believe this stupid question would stump me. Why have we found only one Lucy when we have found more than one of everything else? I've already explained this. There are many Australopithecus afarensis specimens, and if I remember correctly, most of them are better quality than Lucy. Lucy's just the first one, which is why it's the famous one. And even if we only have found one Lucy, as you've said, we've found more than one of everything else. So I think that pretty much proves evolution. So I don't know what your contention is. Does not the second law of thermodynamics disprove evolution? And look at his face there. He's kind of like, I'm pretty sure about this, but I think they might get it. I just hope they don't. So yeah, he's trying to be confident, but he knows deep down that he's bullshitting. No, it doesn't. It does not disprove evolution, and I would love it if you explain why it should. But you didn't care to write that on your page, so all I can really say is no, it doesn't disprove the evolution. Are you scared of a divine creator? I'm not, but I can't speak for everyone, so, I'm just going to say I'm not. I'm going to say that's a stupid, irrelevant question that adds nothing to the discussion. We're going to move on. If evolution is a theory, like creationism or the Bible, then why is evolution taught as fact? Because it's both. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the demolition of this awful attempt of creationism to finally throw some gotcha questions at them evolutionists. Because I enjoyed it. And if you did, please like, favorite, subscribe, comment, whatever. Looking forward to returning to uploading videos regularly. Goodbye.